Once you understand what the law of thought transmission is, you can use it to manifest your own desires or force others to do what you want them to do by using the power of your thoughts. We all know about the law of assumption proposed by Neville Goddard, and you might not have heard about the law of thought transmission. Neville Goddard was a great thinker and new thought teacher. He extensively talked about the law of thought transmission and how it works. In this video, we will be discussing what the law of thought transmission is and how you can use it to your advantage. But before we start, make sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons and press the bell icon so you can watch more videos from our YouTube channel. Let's now get started. Well, Neville Goddard's teachings are simple and easy to understand, and perhaps that's the reason these teachings can be understood by everyone and everyone can apply them in their lives to make their wishes come true. Neville Goddard discusses the law of thought transmission in detail in Chapter 5 of Prayer, The Art of Believing. He says that our thoughts aren't just mere mental constructs, but they are more powerful than anything else. They are vibrations, and like other vibrations, they are transmitted like waves. While you are under the power of your thoughts and how they are transmitted, you harness the power of your mind to get the desired outcomes in your life. By focusing on and imagining your desire, you create vibrations of thoughts, and your thoughts are transformed into a powerful force that attracts what you want in your life. Thoughts have great power, as is evident in our lives. Simply put, we do things inspired by our thoughts. What we say is a reflection of our thoughts and mindset. What we wear, what we eat, where we go, and how we live are all reflections of our thoughts. If somebody talks differently, if somebody has different beliefs, if somebody has a different religion, it is just because he has different thoughts. So it means our lives are reflections of our thoughts. We are under the control of our thoughts every time, and if we want to experience something different or live a different life, we will have to change our thoughts. When you realize the power of the thoughts, you use them for the betterment of your life because you know these kinds of thoughts can bring happiness into your life. Now let's discuss in detail what the law of thought transmission is. Well, the law of thought transmission is based on the concept that our thoughts are actually vibrational energy and that they influence our relationships with others. The nature of our thoughts will determine what other people think of us and how they treat us. This means that if we focus our thoughts more positively, we will experience more positive things in our lives. If we look into the details, this can be proven true in everyone's life, and it can't be denied. You see, every time you speak, you are expressing your thoughts. Whatever you say or do expresses what you are thinking. Your actions, your decisions, your way of talking, your behavior, your clothing, your beliefs, or even your political affiliation express what your thoughts are and what kind of person you are. And whenever somebody talks to you or sees you, he can have some idea what kind of thoughts you may have, and their behavior toward you is a reflection of who you are. It means you influence the thoughts of others with everything you have. You can change the thoughts of others by talking in a different way. You can have some impact on their thoughts by wearing some unique clothing. You can influence their behavior towards you by doing something or by saying something. We can say that your thoughts determine your own reality, and your reality influences the thoughts of others and determines their reality and the way they treat you. That's pretty simple and easy to understand. The nature of the energy of our thoughts interacts with the energy of the thoughts of others and causes them to reflect back to us experiences born out of the very nature of our thoughts. While this may appear to you as some modern concept, this concept is proven by quantum physics. The law of thought transmission is a powerful tool that we can use to build positive relationships with others, and we can make use of this law to manifest positive changes in our lives. Well, here I would like to put some lines from Neville Goddard's book explaining the working principle of the law of thought transmission a bit further. A friend 1,000 miles away is rooted in your consciousness through your fixed ideas of him. You think of him and represent him inwardly in the state you desire him to be, confident that this subjective image is true as if it were already objectified. It awakens in him a corresponding state, which he must objectify. The modified light of consciousness reaches the one to whom it is directed and impinges on the mirror of his mind. It causes his mind to vibrate according to the modification, and it goes. Thus, it produces in him what was mentally affirmed by you. The subject will express the awakened state within him and remain unaware of the true cause of his action. The subject has no power to resist your controlled subjective ideas of him unless the state you affirm to be true of him is a state. He is incapable of wishing to be true of another. In that case, it returns to you, the sender, and will realize itself in you. If your fixed idea is not subjectively accepted by the one to whom it is directed, it rebounds to you from whom it came. When you step away from the beliefs taught by external mainstream conditions and you start viewing life through the lens of the vibrations of your own thoughts, it becomes easier for you to get an advantage and you start experiencing the things you desire in your life. We have been taught that our thoughts have no importance and have no influence on our lives, but in fact, our thoughts hold all the power and have a greater impact on our lives. When you see your life through the lens of the vibrations and frequency of your thoughts, you will realize the true energy of your thoughts. And when you start using your thoughts wisely, you will be able to manifest positive relationships with others and become a better human being. Neville Goddard says that a friend 1,000 miles away is rooted in your consciousness through your fixed ideas of him. Well, this phenomenon was also explained by Albert Einstein, who named it the spooky action at a distance. The laws of quantum physics suggest that all the particles in the universe remain connected, and whenever we perform some action on one particle, it affects the others at a speed greater than 1,000 times the speed of light. This theory is even applied when the particles are separated by a greater distance. We have been taught that our thoughts are just our private affairs and don't matter to others, but in fact, our thoughts are the only thing that helps us communicate and connect with others in different ways. We have been taught to believe that our thoughts are just known to us and others don't know about them unless we share them with others. Neville Goddard says, "It awakens in him a corresponding state, which he must objectify. The subject will express the awakened state within him and remain unaware of the true cause of his action. The subject has no power to resist your controlled subjective ideas of him unless the state you affirm to be true of him is a state he is incapable of wishing to be true of another. In that case, it returns to you, the sender, and will realize itself in you. When the frequencies of two thoughts are the same, they resonate and amplify each other. And when the frequencies of two thoughts aren't the same, there will be no resonance. For example, if you strike a tuning fork with the same frequency next to another tuning fork, the second tuning fork will start vibrating, but if you strike the tuning fork with a different frequency, the second tuning fork will not vibrate. So in the case of the former friend, when you have those thoughts of them spreading gossip about you, keep Neville's statement in mind. The subject has no power to resist your controlled subjective ideas of him unless the state you affirm to be true of him is a state he is incapable of wishing to be true of another. So it means if the frequency of your thoughts is the same as the frequency of thoughts of somebody else, this idea will resonate and will be produced in their mind itself. However, as Neville explains, if they don't hold that frequency again, in that case there will be no frequency match and no resonance will occur. If somebody isn't aware of you, let's say he doesn't know you, he never met you or heard anything about you, he will not have views or thoughts about you. He will only have some thoughts or beliefs about you when he knows your thoughts from seeing you, meeting you, or learning some facts about you from others. When they don't know you or your thoughts, they won't be able to have any thoughts about you. When your thoughts interact with their thoughts, it will determine their behavior towards you and how they treat you. This is a very simple and easy to understand concept. Your thoughts, residing somewhere deep in your mind, will attract the correlated experiences in your life. You will attract things based on your thoughts, even if you don't like them. So that's why it's important to check and monitor your thoughts. You must be conscious of your thoughts, or else you will keep manifesting the things that you don't desire. That's why Neville says if other people don't like you or aren't good to you, you can change them and their behavior by changing your own thoughts and your own self. Simply put, influence the thoughts of others from a positive perspective, and you will have positive experiences in your life. Others will behave the way you desire. Others can think the way you desire. Others can do things the way you desire. It's possible and easy. When you choose to become intentional with your thoughts, you can attract supportive, uplifting relationships into your life simply by creating and maintaining your own frequencies. Now that you know how you affect the thoughts of others, how your thoughts are transmitted to their minds, and how they interact with the thoughts of others, it's time to put this law of thought transmission into practice. What are the thoughts that you want to have? What are the thoughts that can help you experience the positive things in your life? How can you change the frequency of your thoughts so that others treat you the way you desire? It's all easy. The desired experiences are just a few thoughts away. So try out this technique and put it into practice. It will bring positivity, satisfaction, and peace into your life. And remember that if everyone starts sending good vibes around the world will become a good place to live. Make good use of your thoughts so that you can live happily and spread happiness in the lives of others. I hope I was able to deliver a good analysis of this idea of thought transmission by Neville Goddard. And of course, this doesn't mean we agree with every single thing he said or believed in. because in the end, everyone will form his or her own opinion, and that is why we are analyzing and discussing his ideas and methods to fully understand his approach and general ideas, as he was a great teacher and inspired millions of people around the world. If you want to share your opinion, comment down below this video. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel, please subscribe to it and press the bell icon for more interesting, informative, and helpful videos on manifestation. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.